The lion, he's in Judah asleep. I wonder who will wake him, bring him to his feet. Speak now, or forever hold your peace. The lion, he's in Judah asleep. I wonder who will wake him, bring him to his feet. Speak now, or forever hold your peace.
Public money due the state of Georgia
or any political subdivision
or authority thereto,
that I am not the holder of any office of trust under the government of the United States, any other state, or any foreign state, which I am by the laws of the state of Georgia prohibited from holding, that I am qualified to hold the office which I am about to enter, according to the Constitution and the laws of Georgia, that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the state of Georgia, that I have been a resident of the city of Valdosta for the time required by the Constitution and the laws of the state of Georgia,
and the laws of the state of Georgia,
and the charter of the city of Valdosta.
and the charter of the city of Valdosta.
So help me God.
So help me God.
This time,
Pastor Mike Wells. Is he here? I think I saw him earlier. Pastor Wells will lead us in prayer, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance, if you can all stand.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Dear Jesus, we just thank you for every one of these public servants, Lord, for the grace that you've given them to serve and uphold truth and justice, Lord, to lead this city. Father, we just thank you that your strength is made perfect in their weakness, Lord, and that your grace is sufficient for them. We bless them, we celebrate tonight, and those who are stepping in to a new season. God, we bless them and thank you for all that you're doing in Valdosta, Georgia. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all for joining us. I would actually do what I do at most meetings and point out a few dignitaries, but it would be a lengthy night if I started to do it for the crew that's out here now. So thank you all for taking an interest in government and taking an interest in swearing in tonight of our new council, and believe it or not, your mayor as well. All right, item 2, reading of the 2023 municipal election results. Our city manager, Richard Harding, will present the council.
Thanks, Mayor. Good evening, Mayor Council. I am presenting the results of the 2023 general municipal election held on November the 7th, 2023, and the runoff election held on December the 5th, 2023, have been certified by the Lowndes County Board of Elections. The results for the Valdosta City Council are as follows. For Valdosta Mayor, Fallon Harris received 127 votes. Scott James Matheson, incumbent, received 2,650 votes. J.D. Rice received 2,447 votes, and unresolved write-in votes received 6. For Valdosta City Council District 1, Yershima D. Flanders received 310 votes. Vivian Miller Cody, incumbent, received 452 votes, and unresolved write-in votes received 3. For Valdosta City Council District 3, India Bell received 176 votes. Thomas B. McIntyre Sr., incumbent, received 347 votes. And unresolved write-in votes received 4. For Valdosta City Council District 5, Jim Carroll, incumbent, received 1,613 votes, and unresolved write-in votes received 14. For Valdosta City Council at large, Nick Harden received 2,384 votes. Bill Love received 1,347 votes. Alvin Payton Jr. received 992 votes. And Nikki Tooley received 296 votes. And unresolved write-in votes received 16. Now the results for the general municipal runoff election held on December the 5th, 2023 have been certified by the Lowndes County Board of Elections. The results are as follows. Valdosta City Council at large, Nick Harden received 1,520 votes. Bill Love received 756 votes, and unresolved write-in votes received 0. Thank you.
Council, without objection, will turn it over to you for action and acceptance.
Mayor, I make a motion to accept the elections results.
Second. I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, show of hands.
I can go on.
I'd like to now call on the Honorable Jeremy Baker, Judge of the City of Valdosta Municipal Court, for the swearing-in ceremony of the Mayor and City Council Districts 1, 3, 5, and at large. I think we'll start with Mayor.
Correct. Mayor, would you like to step down?
right hand and please repeat after me.
Go slow.
I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will well and truly
that I will well and truly
perform the duties of
perform the
mayor
duties of mayor, not council. I have it in my book. If you need it.
of the city of Valdosta
Of the city of Valdosta,
to the best
to the best
of my knowledge,
of my knowledge,
skill, and ability,
skill, and ability,
and as to me
and as to me,
shall seem
shall seem
to the best interest
to the best interest
and welfare of the city,
and welfare of the city,
without fear,
without fear,
favor, or affection,
favor, or affection,
that I am not the holder
that I am not the holder
of any unaccounted
of any unaccounted
or public money
or public money
due the state of Georgia,
due to the state of Georgia,
or any political subdivision
or any political subdivision
or authority thereto.
or authority thereto.
That I am not the holder of any office of trust
That's a lot, but I'm not the holder of any office of trust
under the government
under the government
of the United States,
of the United States,
any other state,
any other state,
or any foreign state,
or any foreign state,
which I am by the laws
which I am by the laws
of the state of Georgia
of the state of Georgia
prohibited from holding.
prohibited from holding,
I am qualified
that I am qualified
to hold the office
to hold the office
which I am about to enter
which I am about to enter
according to the Constitution
according to the Constitution
and laws of Georgia.
and laws of Georgia,
That I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the state of Georgia.
and the state of Georgia,
That I have been a resident
that I have been a resident
of the city of Valdosta
of the city of Valdosta
for the time required
for the time required
by the Constitution
by the Constitution
and the laws of the state of Georgia
and the laws of the state of Georgia,
and the charter of the city of Valdosta.
and the charter of the city of Valdosta.
So help me God.
So help me God. Thank you, Judge. Would District 1 please come down? Oh, sorry, you didn't vlog this time.
Pardon me, let me get the Bible behind you. Councilwoman Cody, do you mind raising your right hand and placing your left hand on the Bible? Yes, sir. Thank you, Councilwoman. Please repeat after me. I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will well and truly
I will well and truly
perform the duties of council member
perform the duties of council member
of the city of Valdosta
of the city of Valdosta
to the best of my knowledge,
to the best of my knowledge,
skill, and ability,
skill, and ability,
as to me shall seem
as to me shall seem
to the best interest
to the best interest
and welfare of the city,
and welfare of the city,
without fear,
without fear,
favor,
favor,
or affection,
or affection,
that I am not the holder
that I am not the holder
of any
of any
unaccounted
unaccounted
for public money
or public money
due the state of Georgia,
due to the state of Georgia,
or any political subdivision
or any political subdivision
or authority thereto,
or authority thereto,
that I am not the holder
that I am not the holder
of any office
of any office
of trust
of trust
under the government of the United States,
under the government of the United States,
any other state,
any other state,
or any foreign state, which I am by the laws of the state of Georgia prohibited from holding. I am qualified to hold the office which I am about to enter according to the Constitution and laws of Georgia.
and laws of Georgia,
That I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the state of Georgia.
and the state of Georgia,
That I have been a resident
that have been a resident
of the city of Valdosta
of the city of Valdosta
for the time required
for the time required
by the Constitution
by the Constitution
and the laws of the state of Georgia,
and the laws of the state of Georgia,
and the charter of the city of Valdosta.
and the charter of the city of Valdosta.
So help me God.
So help me God.
District 3, you work your way up. Oh, okay.
You could face the camera, Councilman. If you can raise your right hand, place your left hand on the Bible, and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear that I will well and truly perform the duties of council member of the city of Valdosta. To the best of my knowledge, skill, and ability, and as to me shall seem to the best interest and welfare of the city, without fear, favor, or affection, that I am not the holder of any unaccounted for public money due to the state of Georgia, or any political subdivision or authority thereto, that I am not the holder of any office of trust under the government of the United States, any other states, any foreign states, which I am by the laws of the state of Georgia prohibited from holding. That I am qualified to hold the office which I am about to enter according to the Constitution and laws of Georgia. That I will support the Constitution of the United States and the state of Georgia. That I have been a resident of the city of Valdosta for the time required by the Constitution and the laws of the state of Georgia and the charter of the city of Valdosta. So help me God.
So help me God.
District 5, you work your way up.
hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will well and truly
that I will well and truly
perform the duties of council member
perform the duties of council member
of the city of Valdosta
of the city of Valdosta
to the best of my knowledge,
to the best of my knowledge,
skill, and ability,
skill, and ability,
as to me shall seem,
as to me shall seem,
to the best interest
to the best interest
and welfare of the city,
and the welfare of the city,
without fear,
without fear,
favor,
favor,
or affection.
or affection.
I am not the holder
I am not the holder
of any unaccounted for public money
of any unaccounted for public money
due the state of Georgia
due to the state of Georgia
or any political subdivision
or any political subdivision
or authority thereto.
or authority thereto,
That I am not the holder
that I am not the holder
of any office of trust
of any office of trust
under the government
under the government
of the United States,
of the United States,
any other state,
any other state,
or any foreign state,
or any foreign state,
which I am by the laws
which I am by the laws
of the state of Georgia
of the state of Georgia
prohibited from holding.
prohibited from holding,
That I am qualified
that I am qualified
to hold the office
to hold the office
which I am about to enter
which I am about to enter
according to the Constitution
according to the Constitution
and laws of Georgia.
and laws of Georgia.
That I will support the Constitution
I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the state of Georgia.
and the state of Georgia,
That I have been a resident
that I have been a resident
of the city of Valdosta
of the city of Valdosta
for the time required
for the time required
by the Constitution
by the Constitution
and the laws of the state of Georgia
and the laws of the state of Georgia
and the charter of the city of Valdosta.
and the charter of the city of Valdosta.
So help me God.
So help me God.
City Council at large, elect Woodward.
Mr. Harding, if you could, please raise your right hand and place your left hand on the Bible. And please repeat after me. I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will well and truly
that I will well and truly
perform the duties
perform the duties
of council member
of council member
of the city of Valdosta
of the city of Valdosta
to the best of my knowledge,
to the best of my knowledge,
skill, and ability,
skill, and ability,
as to me shall seem,
as to me shall seem,
to the best interest
to the best interest
and welfare of the city,
and welfare of the city,
without fear,
without fear,
favor,
favor,
or affection.
or affection.
That I am not the holder
That I am not the holder
of any unaccounted for
of any unaccounted for
public money
due
due the state of Georgia,
to the state of Georgia,
or any political subdivision
or any political subdivision,
or authority thereto.
or authority thereto.
That I am not the holder
That I am not the holder
of any office of trust
of any office of trust
under the government
under the government
of the United States,
of the United States,
any other state,
any other state,
or any foreign state,
or any foreign state,
which I am by the laws
which I am by the laws
of the state of Georgia
of the state of Georgia
prohibited from holding.
prohibited from holding.
That I am qualified
That I am qualified
to hold the office
to hold the office
which I am about to enter
which I am about to enter
according
according
to the Constitution
to the Constitution
and the laws of Georgia.
and the laws of Georgia.
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
in the state of Georgia,
in the state of Georgia,
that I have been a resident
that I have been a resident
of the city of Valdosta
of the city of Valdosta
for the time required
for the time required
by the Constitution
by the Constitution
and the laws of the state of Georgia,
and the laws of the state of Georgia,
and the charter of the city of Valdosta,
and the charter of the city of Valdosta,
so help me God.
so help me God.
At this time, we will welcome any family members that would like to take pictures with Councilman Art.
Turn around.
You gonna wait, take a picture?
I guess.
You get it?
Yeah, just take a picture with Aaron. I'm gonna stand. He gonna take it this way, facing this way. So I get one. Got you. I guess it's gonna be easy for everybody to just stand.
Just taking a moment.
Thank you all. Oh, I got some.
Ready for your first official act?
Yes.
Item 4 on the agenda, the election of Mayor Pro Tem and that oath of office. I'll now entertain nominations for Mayor Pro Tem from the council.
Mayor, I'm putting the nomination of Councilman Andy Davis.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further nominations? Hearing none. All in favor, show of hands. It's unanimous. You can vote on yourself. Now join Judge Baker for the oath of office for Mayor Pro Tem, and again, acting in my absence, in official capacity. So, thank you. Yeah, I'll get-
Mayor Pro Tem, you did raise your right hand. Place your hand on the Bible. Repeat after me.
I'm not get one.
Yes, there we go.
I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will well and truly
that I will well and truly
perform the duties
perform the duties
of Mayor Pro Tem
of Mayor Pro Tem
of the city of Valdosta
of the city of Valdosta
to the best of my knowledge,
to the best of my knowledge,
skill, and ability,
skill, and ability,
as to me shall seem,
as to me shall seem,
to the best interest
to the best interest
and welfare of the city,
and welfare of the city,
without fear,
without fear,
favor,
favor,
or affection,
or affection,
that I am not the holder
that I am not the holder
of any unaccounted for
of any unaccounted for
public money
public money
due the state of Georgia,
due to the state of Georgia,
or any political subdivision
or any political subdivision
or authority thereto,
or authority thereto,
that I am not the holder
that I am not the holder
of any office of trust
of any office of trust
under the government
under the government
of the United States,
of the United States,
any other state,
any other state,
or any foreign state,
or any foreign state,
which I am by the laws
which I am by the laws
of the state of Georgia
of the state of Georgia
prohibited from holding,
prohibited from holding,
that I am qualified
that I am qualified
to hold the office
to hold the office
which I am about to enter
which I am about to enter
according to the Constitution
according to the Constitution
and laws of Georgia,
and laws of Georgia,
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the state of Georgia,
and the state of Georgia,
that I have been a resident
that I have been a resident
of the city of Valdosta
of the city of Valdosta
for the time required
for the time required
by the Constitution
by the Constitution
and the laws of the state of Georgia,
and the laws of the state of Georgia,
and the charter of the city of Valdosta.
and the charter of the city of Valdosta.
So help me God.
So help me God.
It should be a swift meeting tonight, but by the grace of this council, if you would like to be excused at this time before we conduct the city business, that is up to you, completely up to you. I will pause the meeting for about 30 seconds. So you've had time to review the minutes from the November 9th, 2023 regular meeting. Are there any additions or deletions at this time? Hearing none, those minutes are approved by acclamation. On to item 6. Ordinances and resolutions. Item A, consideration of a resolution authorizing the filing of an application for the Georgia Department of Community Affairs for a community housing investment program, CHIP grant, upon rehabilitation of homes located within the designated revitalization area of the city of Valdosta. Brilliant, need to ride for development.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Come before you seeking consideration for the approval to apply for the community home investment or the CHIP grant. I am seeking to apply for the $400,000 rehab grant. There is a 52% cash or match in kind. We're seeking to use the match in kind. I'm seeking $250. I'm seeking approval of $250 from general funding to apply 2017. So we had to wait 5 years to get it applied. So it was the first year.
So that the citizen will understand, could you explain, cash in, what was it, in 250?
We're going the 15% cash, which would be $60,000, or you can do in kind. So we're seeking to do in kind, meaning like for when we do the housing, the permits, the water, salaries for the city employees would be the in kind.
Just wanted the citizens to understand that we're
Yes,
just
ma'am.
asking for, and that way they wouldn't be confusion in the air of the city.
This is strictly rehab, no new construction, only rehab.
That's it. Any other questions for me? Teacher, thank you. Council, I'll turn it over to you for action.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion we approve this request presented to us by Ms. Rachel.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further comments? All in favor, show of hands. Fantastic. Good luck, everyone. Move on to item 7, bids, contracts, agreements, and expenditures. Item A, consideration of request to approve contract for AMI monitoring services for the city of Valdosta. Chuck Dinkins, our finance director, will present.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is a contract with the Phoenix Corporation for monitoring service for our AMI network. As I think everyone is aware at this point, our current monitor, Set Smart Technologies, has declared Chapter 11. They are declaring bankruptcy, going out of business, which means that their services will end within, at this point, the next few days. They are in bankruptcy court, and I believe it was yesterday that the final motion from the bankruptcy court was approved to grant access and license to the existing software to Phoenix Corporation. Phoenix Corporation will take over the current software utilized by SET and is able to offer us the same service that SET was offering. The fee from Phoenix will be $1.10 per endpoint per month. So that will be an additional cost to the city at that point. But that, at this point, is really the only option we have to continue utilizing the system exactly as it is now. The contract provides 30-day increments. So in other words, we can cancel month to month on 30 days notice. So we are not obligated more than a month at a time under this contract. This contract will allow us to begin looking for a more permanent solution, whether it be with Phoenix or a different AMI solution altogether. I'll be happy to take any questions you may have. Yes, sir.
Chuck, could you explain to me what AMI did and what Phoenix will be doing? What AMI will we have contracted with them to do?
Okay. AMI has automated meter infrastructure. And what that does is the meters currently are hooked up to what we call an endpoint. It's that mushroom-looking thing. If you ever looked at them, the cap of the mushroom sticks up out of your meter box, and it's basically a rudimentary cell phone. And what it does is the meter tells the endpoint, here's what the readings were, and then it sends basically a text message back to the system. The system then inputs the data into our billing software. Without that middleman, so to speak, the data package can't get from the meter back to our billing system. Yes, ma'am.
When you say the monitoring system, will you explain, because we have to have monitoring.
I'm sorry?
It's a monitoring system for what?
For the readings.
What utility?
The water sewer utility.
Okay, that's one thing, right? And when you said that it would be an additional cost to the city, would our citizens see that cost on their bill?
Not immediately, but that will be something we'll have to work out long-term, how to pay for that. There should not be any impact to the citizens this budget year.
So I have a question. So you're saying that this company filed bankruptcy, and so now, next budget, the citizens gotta pay for that contractor that filed bankruptcy. That's unfair to the citizens.
Well, they're not paying for that company, it's the new.
Well, it's still,
contract.
it's saying that I've lived in the house, I tore it up, and to get the house repaired, the next person coming in and rent the house gotta pay for the repairs. That's what you're saying. That's still unfair to our citizens. Because
Yes, ma'am.
we should have sued the company that filed bankruptcy and make them pay for that instead of the citizens.
Well, unfortunately, when you're in bankruptcy, assets aren't there to recover. I agree with you,
But you were not notified what this company was doing because our citizens was complaining about their water bills before this company filed bankruptcy.
yes, ma'am, that is correct. There were some issues with endpoint failures.
Because even the young men that
primarily-
put, even the company that came in and put the meters down, those young men had no experience of putting the meters down. Because you were having problems when they were placing the meters down. So that should have been a red flag for the city from the beginning.
Well, and that is an issue we had in the past. The meter installation had a few hiccups, it did. But again, the issue we have at this point is the endpoints, not the actual meters.
But that all still falls under the bankruptcy. However you want to put it, it all still falls under the bankruptcy.
Well, the issue at hand, yes, falls under the bankruptcy.
It's still unfair to our citizens because they're coming in the next budget. You got senior citizens on a fixed income. Let's say their water bill now is $50 a month. I don't care if you go up $2. I don't care if you go up 50 cents. That's a burden to that citizen, even to myself. If my water bill go up $10 more, that's gonna make me not be able to buy eggs somewhere else. You understand what I'm saying?
I do.
Well, the citizens, this is unfair to our citizens as to agree to this, and then we say within the next budget, we're gonna go up on the fee of the water bill. I don't think we should.
I can interject quickly, estimate how many cities and municipalities were affected by this bankruptcy.
I think there were, 25 or 30 of them, of various sizes.
They were listed on, as creditors, it was filed in Delaware, and there was 4 pages of 100 apiece, so there's really something like it. We were not the largest system. The largest was the water system right around Savannah. They were affected, and more than us, Savannah, Roswell, New Mexico, and then a host of others.
And I'm with Councilman Cody on this. It's very frustrating. We've all been very frustrated by this. It's left a lot of cities hanging. The balance of what we're now going to fight for the next year is trying to find a contract or a company so that we don't have to go up on that bill, so we can come in somewhere around where we were before.
So we
It's not.
get that in writing that we're gonna find a contractor with that good work.
We're trying to find. That is what we're scrambling to find.
But what he's reading here now, you're saying in the next budget, you can go up on the citizens' water bill. So you're covering your tracks. Even when you go, you're covering the city's tracks, it still will affect the citizens. If we don't put a clause in there now, it's gonna affect the citizens.
And what we do every year, we evaluate our water rates based on the water that we supply. So here tonight, we're saying right now going into this contract, there will be that immediate charge. When we bring forward the budget for fiscal year 25, we will evaluate everything to make sure that we bring a budget that will take care of the city and our citizens.
Chuck, what was our per reporting endpoint for the other?
Well, when the other company came in, they bundled in a package that included reporting, included cell service for a period of, I believe it was 30 years. So we were covered by that contract for basically the life of the endpoint.
How much were we paying per endpoint? I mean, was it based upon a payment per endpoint? I mean, what was the cost of that, like per citizen, per house? Like for my house, how much was it?
It was part of the purchase price of the original endpoint. The cell service currently, I believe, is 55 cents per month roughly, per endpoint per month. So, but again, we weren't paying that routinely. That was cooked into the price of the endpoint.
So we signed this contract and the change of our, I guess, the cost to our citizens, did it change at that time or?
It did not at that time.
So what we're saying now is that it was 55 cents per endpoint, is that what we're going at?
Well, for the monitoring piece of it, there's another 60 cents roughly for IT infrastructure and that sort of thing. The total cost from the new company, is that the question?
No, I'm talking about the company that we just went into bankruptcy.
Right.
I'm just trying to get a understanding of how much was it per a water meter, basically. Was it broken down for that? Or was it just we just paid a big price and that was it? I mean, right now you're telling me this is $1.10 per endpoint.
Right.
This is $1.10 per meter. Okay?
Per address, yes.
Per address, okay? How much was it per an address for the other company?
Well, the other company was not charging us a monthly fee. That's what I'm saying.
How much were they charging us?
They were not charging us anything month to month. When we bought the meter, basically it was a prepaid cellular plan when we bought the original endpoint.
So we paid for it up front? Paid for
Yes.
it all the way up front for how many years?
30 years.
So we paid for this for 20 years. Whatever amount it was, we paid for it up front, was done.
Correct. Correct.
But we don't know how much. I guess what I'm trying to get at is I'm trying to figure out what we were paying then per meter versus what we're paying now per meter, and just see if we're in line. What the difference is. I mean, at that point, I mean, do we know how much we paid up front for 20 years?
Well, I believe it was $180 something roughly per endpoint. A piece of that would have been attributable to the cell service. It was not broken out as to how much is the hardware and how much of it is the cell service.
Chuck, what's the percentage of water meters that are affected in the city? Is it 100% are affected by these influences?
It's about 99. We've got a few of our larger meters that are not on it, but it would be basically 100% of your residential meters and your small commercial.
So Chuck, so basically we paid for it. It was already paid for. This is an additional fee that we're going to have to pay for now, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so with the $1.10 per month, this is a monthly contract. Is that what I heard? It's going to be per month, and if we find another solution, then we will change, right?
Right. We are obligated month to month, 30 days at a time.
Okay, so what is and the other option I would imagine would be to go back to people going meter readers from.
That is correct.
And that will cost us a lot more, probably?
It would be more expensive. It would be less granular, meaning right now we get a reading. I can tell you how much water you used in the last hour.
Mm-hmm.
If we go back to that, I can tell you how much water you used in the last month. Okay. And then it's also, we have to consider, the impact of having those guys out in the street every day, being exposed to the elements, walking through people's yards, and that sort of thing.
So the mayor and Councilman Cody's point, do we have, since it's, we already paid for that, and it might affect our, the citizens going forward, but is it any way for us to, with their proceedings in bankruptcy, is it any way for us to recoup any of those funds, or that just out of question? I'm just asking.
Councilman, they're in bankruptcy. I would anticipate us recouping something. It will not be the full dollar amount we're due.
We have a deadline in May to file our proof of claim for all governmental parties. Like Chuck would say, we're gonna try to pump that number up legitimately because all the warranty claims they're defaulting under. But in reality, I cannot promise you that we will cover a fraction of that. I mean, it's a wind down of the company. This is all new money and definitely affects the citizens.
So Chuck, when we do the $185 you're saying per meter, basically our address for the initial.
For the initial.
Okay, for the initial. Can we somehow get a breakdown to figure out where this endpoint, you know what I'm talking about, where we can compare apples to apples, I guess, that way we can know exactly like how much, I guess for me, I'm just trying to get, if a citizen asks me, how much were we paying with the other company with the endpoint, I would like to say we're paying 60 cents or 70 cents, with the other company. I mean, we had all these other things, I know, but how much was it for the actual endpoint so we could compare apples to apples? So if all we're seeing is a 40-cent difference, then that makes people feel better to some degree. But that's the thing I was trying to get at is it's like we paid the $185 out of pocket already per address, which is roughly, you said, what, $200 and something, 200,000? What would you say? How much was it?
It was 22,000 roughly endpoints. So you're looking at, well, I mean, for the total cost would be about 4.4 million. But part of that again was the hardware.
Yes, I mean that's the hardware, the installation, that's what I'm saying though. Is there any way we can narrow that down to
how much of it was?
How much of it was just endpoint? Yeah. How much was
the actual hardware?
Yeah. Like right here.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I can figure the cost of 20 years worth of cell service and take net present value of it, which is how they should have charged it. Basically, kind of works like a loan. In other words, when you borrow money for a car, you're going to pay interest in addition to principal, which means that it wouldn't be 20 times a monthly or 240 times a monthly fee. You have to back out the interest that would be attracted, and the difference would be the cost of the hardware.
I just have one question. I was looking at it, and that's really good and everything like that, but I know, listening and talking about the bankruptcy, it's really kind of hard to recruit your money back or anything like that to give to our citizens. So my thing is, since I heard that it will not immediately affect the citizens, maybe we as a council staff can look at some type of grant or something. I heard tonight say something like a chip or something we can have so we can provide in-kind service to the citizens, like maybe next year looking at something that we can offer, maybe say a discount on the water bill, so much that's possible. We need to staff to look around for something like that, so when it does come up where the bill go up a little bit, it won't be enough that it's so much that they can't count. So we can find something that the city can help out by in-kind type of service for that. I think that might be something that we do something around.
Okay.
And there's the state just announced federal infrastructure grant, so that he's going to do with the budget overage, and also there's federal efforts, we'll search those. This is not a good deal all the way around. We've even had failure of some of those endpoints. This is why that company is going bankrupt, because that failure was going to add up through all the 400 plus cities. So we might be looking at about $1 million to purchase some more endpoints too, just to be monitored. So this is not a good deal all the way around. It's one of those things that you go with your best option. We'll be searching for a best replacement option, but what we're doing tonight is taking a temporary option and moving forward with it so we can monitor our.
Right, and I think that is the critical point, is that it's got that 30-day opt-out.
Yeah. So, and our current monitoring system ends in just days. It truly does.
But I still say this company that just filed bankruptcy, the city was notified what was going on before this company even filed bankruptcy. Now, we need to admit that. We were notified that this company was having problems because we were having problems with our meter readers every week or every month. we were having a problem with those meters being read. We were adjusting people's water bills because they were coming out higher than what we were using. So then let's don't pretend that everything was, everything was going perfect with this company that just filed bankrupt, because it was not.
No, they were in the streets.
Okay, they were overcharging, and we knew that, and we were not doing anything to prevent that. We were just sitting back, allowing these, they just say, come by a ride and check the meter and program whatever they wanted to program.
Ma'am, the meters, we didn't have a problem with the meters, we had a problem with.
I had a problem with my water bill going
With
up.
the endpoints. That's the problem we had with the endpoints failing due to heat. But the meter, anything that went through the meter, it was accurate. It was just the signal that was going from the meter, going from the endpoint to the buildings.
But you tell me we were not notified about this problem.
We knew about this and we was working it. That's why they filed bankruptcy. They could not, the demand that they was trying to put on to fix the endpoint problem, they could not do it. So they was overwhelmed by that, so they filed for Chapter 11.
So at the end of the day, what do we learn from this? How are we gonna prevent this from happening moving forward?
Well, I think the biggest lesson learned, we need to look at the financial health of the company, I suppose. And we also need to look for a solution that allows more of a pay-as-you-go. I think one of the big problems we are having here is that company is obligated to us for their sale contracts. And we need to not put ourselves in a position where we're cooking service and hardware into the same bucket.
That was a lot of money to put forward and leave the city on it. That's too much.
Attorney, didn't you just say we had 30 days, versus decide to take this company, et cetera?
There's a 30-day cancellation period.
Okay, so
So
can we table this until you bring back what Councilman Gibbs just asked?
Well, the 30 days allows us to get out of the contract on 30 days' notice. If we table this, then in a few days, we will be without the ability to receive the signals from our endpoints.
the bankruptcy court yesterday approved the motion filed by Phoenix to kind of accept and receive the proprietary knowledge. And it's that what we're doing this for at least a 30-day period to be able to have those endpoints communicate from the meter to the central server or whatever it's called. It's just they have the software. There may be an additional product down the line that we can look at, but those additional products, from what I understand, do not operate with the system we currently have in place. So, for lack of a better term, this is, at this moment, maybe the only game in town.
Well, I'll add too that, in my current 16 years in office, this is the first time I've ever heard of a vendor for the city of Valdosta filing bankruptcy. It's not like this is a real unusual situation that has occurred.
It's not normal, and this is a technology vendor, and they are inherently more risky than your typical brick and mortar vendors. 16
years don't pay my water bill. Come on. I don't know how long you've been elected, that doesn't pay my water bill when it come out monthly.
That's not necessary. Any other questions for Chuck? Any other questions for council? Chuck, thank you. You got the fortunate task of turning it over to you for action.
Mayor, I'll make a motion to approve the request as presented.
Second. A motion and a second. Any further comments? All in favor, show of hands. All in opposition, same sign. Motion carries. Council, thank you. Chuck, thank you. We'll now move on to the citizens to be heard. It's the portion of the meeting that we ask you to come forward, state your name and address so we can have it for the record. Our policy requires you stay under 3 minutes so that others have time to be heard. Please direct all comments to council as a whole. Do not attempt to engage individual members of council in debate. It's our policy to follow through with you on your concern. Additionally, we ask that any groups that want to address us, please designate a spokesperson. That will ensure that all have time to be heard. Having said that, are there any citizens to be heard tonight? Please state your name.
George Boston, 9504 Oak Drive, Valdosta, Georgia. I just would like to say tonight, I appreciate all of you all being elected to serve this community. I never had that great honor and privilege, but I commend you on that. I would like to say that this is the first time, I was stationed in Louisville in 75, this is the first time I've seen so many blacks on council in numbers. And I want you to know that I appreciate you being elected and think enough of our form of government to run for office. And as you sit here to represent the people of your community, I'm asking you to keep in mind our Roof Council, Willa Heisel, Buddies Williams, our New Hope pastors, among others, who fought for black people to be elected in city governments. Don't forget that as you serve the people. Now, black or white don't make it right, but right always make it right. And I also want to add that, y'all know I come before you all quite a bit. Most times I come to you all, I don't come of my own. People call me, and I respond to them. The Samuel Johnson that was killed in the car accident, I got a call. I just went to the airport to speak with the attorney of the family. I didn't volunteer to do that. They called me, and I would ride the horse until he returned to the state. That's what I do. And I don't do it here, I do it across the state of Georgia. I've kept people from going to jail and prisons. You all don't know nothing about that. A lot of you don't. I got thousands of videos, over 2 million views on my YouTube channel, Valdosta G.B.R. And what we think is being ignored in this city. There are books that's coming out. I promise you, you keep hearing me say that. There's a lot going to be written because the historic archival record should never be lost. God told John the Revelator to write, but then it came a point when he said, put the book down, don't write no more. But somebody has to write something. So future generations will know that we have a majority on the council. Whatever you all do, don't just do it for black folk. Don't just do it for white folk. But be like what I've always tried to do since I started this in 1975. And in the military, they can't say I was wrong in terms of being hateful, but I stood for all the people. And when I leave here, that's what I want to be known for, and I want this council to be known for the same thing. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other citizens wishing to be heard at this time?
Hey, y'all doing? Hey, y'all, Lewis Gordon, 2 Shannon Circle. It's good to see y'all in the new year. Last year I came to y'all with a bunch of questions. I enjoyed working with a lot of y'all. This year is a year of action. We got a lot of issues that I know we can tackle in Valdosta. Talking about homelessness, talking about hunger, talking about these kids need some stuff to do, y'all. They need direction, they need opportunities. I'm looking forward to working with a lot of y'all. I'm gonna keep it brief this time. Every time y'all see me after this, we solving problems.
Lewis Lake. Are there any other citizens wishing to be heard at this time? Seeing none, I'll close that portion of the meeting now and turn it over to Richard Hardy, our city manager, for the city manager's report.
Thanks, Mayor. First of all, I want to congratulate each and every one of you that was re-elected and newly appointed. Looking forward to serving and working with you this year coming. I really appreciate that opportunity. Thank you, guys. Some things that's going on, speaking of supporting the homelessness, January the 13th from noon to 4 p.m., partnering with the local community, the city is to stomp out homelessness. This will take place at Unity Park, the amphitheater.
city leadership and members of the community is going to Atlanta for the annual bird supper at the Georgia Railroad Freight Department. This is at 5 p.m. February 1st, working with the community, looking at a lot of things. How can we make this community better? Bringing in the Young Game Changers Steering Committee. This will take place at the Women's Building, February 1st at 10 a.m. Thanks.
Richard, thank you. Move on to council comments. Council, any comments for the?
Not to disrespect you, Councilman, Booth, Mr. Hanson, Mr. Hardy, but check with that, because I think they moved the homeless to, crossing Jordan. I did get an email on that, to check to see if it's still going to be here to park crossing Jordan.
Any other comments?
Just wanted to say to Mr. George Bryan that what you do makes a big difference, and you know, you're there filling the gaps. So a lot of things will go unnoticed and not been for your observations and reports. People appreciate it. I appreciate it. I'm sure the council does as well. Big Nick doing big things.
Yes, definitely I just want to thank the council, being newly elected. You guys have been very welcoming, and I'm definitely thankful. I look forward to serving. I see that we have a lot of folks in the room, and we need you to be in a room that is not so much about the fanfare and all that good stuff. We want to see people involved in our community. So, we're going to ask that we're going to get out here and we're going to work, and we need to have people in those seats who want to work with us, because it takes the community, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations, Councilman Hardy.
Thank you.
And enjoy working with you, I'm sure.
Mr. Mayor, I have guests from Marshville, Georgia, and from Texas. Would you please stand? They drove down just to be here with me. My son and my cousin is here, stand up, son. And my son worked all this morning at his school, and they drove down just to be with me today, and I'm honored.
Any other council comments?
But I've got to say mine. I am always happy to see the citizens come up into the city council meeting. And I have to go ahead on and piggyback on what Big Nick said. Y'all need to come up here sometime and tell us what you're thinking, what your thoughts are. So we don't always know. We just hear a lot of little things like that or whatever. So as always, I always say, come to the council meeting, come talk to us, let us know what you're thinking, what you want, what you want to see, so we can work things together. And we can make Valdosta a greater and better and a wonderful place to live. I'm glad to see all of you. Keep coming.
Ms. Julie, would you like to invite the board president?
Yes, I would like to let you know that we did my sorority, the one Sigma Gamma Road. Ladies, could you stand, please? Please, ladies. Mr. Nick, but they are also here to support that they are women of the community and that they come in, they are involved as well. Yes, ma'am.
Any other council comments tonight?
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to adjourn.
Senior member makes a motion.
Second.
I have a second. All in favor, show of hands. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. All right. First one there.